Oh yes, that is the sound. That's our intro right there, Dwayne. That needs to be an intro. That is the sound of a nice, cool brew. Oh yeah. Oh, different this time, huh?
Yeah, this is the Guinness.
Sweet. Yeah, we should start every show like that. That's like a good luck charm. Hey, what's going on? This is the Texas Rider Show. Texas Rider here. And Dwayne, Mothership Motorsports. What's going on, bud? How is everyone?
Wow, who's Fun Adventures. I've never seen it before.
And Grandpa Wizard won't be here tonight. He's at another golf tournament, so we'll wing it.
The old man sport.
Yeah, exactly. I think when I get to his age, I'll probably take up golf.
Are you a golfer at all?
Actually, from I would say like 7 years old all the way to 14, we were playing on a regular basis, and it just kind of got, to where it was, when you're 14 years old, you don't really want to play golf,
Oh yeah, you get the fumes, the perfume and the car fumes.
Yeah, that's it for sure. That's what you're and then every once in a while, in my 20s, I would go with my dad to, play golf with them. I'd shoot around 110. I know that's terrible, but
no, dude, that's like me. I think I doubled par in 9. I doubled par for 18 in 9 holes. So
yeah, there you go.
I drive the cart and drink the beer. That's what I'm good at.
Yeah. That one time, actually, I was 14 and I was kind of caddying for my dad, and there was like a kind of slope coming down right there because he had hit his ball right by a tree. And then over the other part of the slope was the kind of like the little pond. So, have you ever driven a golf cart, right?
Uh-huh.
You got the brake where you have to push it in twice. Yeah, well, I pushed it in thinking it was in there, and I get out and the thing is rolling backwards. So I had to go running down the hill just to jump in there to slam on the brake. And then I was kept pushing on it. It was just crazy. But those are good times though.
Steve's Fun Adventures. Hello, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, man? I hope all is well. Welcome to the live show.
Yeah, I'll wait a few minutes, let some people get in here.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, my.
How about you? Have you ever taken up golf?
I've never taken I've golfed like 3 times.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And I'm like I said, I'm awful. So
yeah.
I've put a golf cart in the drink before.
Oh, sweet.
In Augusta. I had an Army base, but I was a Marine, and we messed with the golf carts pretty good and ended up drowning one. So we were asked to leave. So
was it like where it was so deep in the water where you can just see the top part of the?
It wasn't that far, but it was enough that you couldn't pull it out easily. They would probably have to get something to pull it out, another golf cart, not a winch or something. So
Steve says, "Thanks for your service, man."
Oh yeah, you're welcome, man. Just do what you got to do, right? That was a long time ago.
That's why we live free right now,
Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, that was one of the adventures in Augusta, Georgia. So
nice. Yeah, do you own a set of golf clubs?
I actually have a couple of sets from storage units, not that I've ever purchased, but I ended up with some. So
oh, cool.
I could go, whack at the white ball if I needed to.
Yeah, I know, right? Get some frustrations out.
Yeah. So,
cool.
I don't know if they're the right length or anything because since I don't golf, I've never really pulled them out and saw if they were, lefty, righty. I don't even know.
Yeah, but I'm actually left-handed. I do everything except for golf. I golf right-handed, and I play drums right-handed.
What the hell's wrong with you, man?
I don't know, man. I want to be ambidextrous.
Fully right-handed, you got to be halfway in between.
Yeah. So I've tried to hit a golf ball left-handed, man, and I felt so awkward doing it. Especially when you've been, showing the right side there.
Yeah, we for my brother's bachelor party, we went to one of those Top Golfs, right?
Oh yeah, that's real popular here. Yeah, real popular here.
Stories, those are a lot of fun, actually. get out there and whack the ball at the targets out there. So.
Yeah, it's very popular. There's one in here just down the street for us.
Yeah,
it's real popular. A lot of betting going on. Friends can.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun because I don't remember. It was like $125 a person, but it was for like 4 hours, and it was catered and all that. It was all fun, man.
Oh yeah, sweet. Kathleen's in the house.
Hey, Kathleen, how are you?
I saw some of your jewelry the other day. It's pretty nice. It was really cool that you did. What's latest news on the Texas Rider channel? I don't know if you guys seen it or not, but I just posted the headlight.
Oh yeah,
on my last video. So
I still haven't watched anything.
The one that we did with the Halo that's on my dad's bike. He decided to go with the Halo one. It's the same brand, except he has the Halo on there. And I filmed that like a week prior to that one, but I just hadn't had time to edit it. And I was like, I was almost done with it, threw the music on, did a little bit of voiceover, and then posted it on there. So
yeah, I'll have to go finish watching it because I started it and then I got sidetracked doing something. I never got back to it.
Oh, that's cool. Did a couple of special effects on there. It was cool.
Yeah, you have to check that out.
What is going on today here? What's the topic? So we want to talk. We were trying to get stuff done last week to talk about the GoPro 9, but we ran out of time, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. My number one question for you is, it's like almost every week. What did you do? Did you buy any? Did you buy any bikes? Did you sell any bikes?
I did not sell any bikes, but I did buy a bike. So,
damn, man.
Yeah,
it was like a turnaround business for you, huh?
Yeah, it's getting there. This was more of a parts bike, though.
Okay.
I have a 2005 Suzuki Boulevard S40, which is the old Suzuki Savage. And I was having troubles with the motor in it. When I got it, it was just in parts. So this deal came up. I was watching Facebook Marketplace, and a guy said he wanted, 1987 Suzuki. At that time, it was a Savage because that's older, with no keys and no title. And I'm like, that's perfect because I don't need a keys or a title. I just need the motor.
Yeah.
As a donor for my other bike. So I talked him down to 150.
No way, man. From 300?
Yeah, I think he got it for free though. It was like I think what happened is his sister or something is a landlord, and somebody moved out of their house and left the bike on the property, and she contacted him, and the guy just finally said, "Just get rid of it. I don't want it." So she gave it to him.
Nice.
So, but yeah, no, it had a good motor in it. Chance, my brother, my son-in-law, we pulled the motor out the next day, put it in the other one, and it fired right up. So,
oh man, that is awesome, dude.
It needs tuning, of course, and stuff like that, but the motor's not seized or anything like that. So, and I paid, like I said, I paid $150, and now I have a frame that I can twiddle with and, make something custom out of a frame that's in my garage. And the old motor, I'll spend more time and figure out what's going on with it and get it fixed up. And, I'll kind of a custom Savage.
Yeah, because I know we were talking yesterday about it. Is like you were in to turn it, maybe push the front end a little bit out.
Yeah, change the rake a little.
Pairs the rake,
I haven't quite decided. I've been looking at, because I've seen a couple of Savages that they've raked out a little bit. The standard rake on it's 34 degrees. I was thinking about going to 45. But
are you?
What I've seen, they just don't really look good.
Yeah.
Stretched out, I mean, if I stretch it out, I'll have to do a lot more custom work to make it look right for me. I mean,
right.
And that's all that matters is what I think about it, right? Because it's my bike. So
yeah. So you're gonna take that? You're gonna rebuild that other motor that came out of it?
No, the one that came out of it.
Or not the one that came out of it, but your old one, the one that's in there now.
5 is on my bench again. And I've actually talked to some people in some forums, which that's another thing, guys. If you're into doing bikes and building bikes, or you just want to learn about your bike, there's so many forums out there and Facebook groups now that will focus on your particular model of bike. There's a million Harley ones out there, but a Suzuki Savage or a Suzuki Intruder, which is my other bikes. There's a lot of information out there of people that have had them for years or worked on them, and if you're looking for something, they've been great. These forums have been great for. Oh yeah, I looked forever for a headlight, and one off of this bike fits right in, and it's like, it saves me a ton of time.
Yeah. And also, don't forget about YouTube, man. You can, if you need parts and you see something on there that they they were breaking down a motor or had extra part, and you can just easily message them and say, hey, is that for sale? You never know. Yeah, Craigslist also is another place you can find salvage parts.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace.
OfferUp, Let Go. Now, OfferUp is like Let Go now. Yeah, or they're together. Yeah, same thing. So,
but these forums, and there's so much knowledge. Like one of the questions I put on the forum was, okay, I'm rebuilding this bike. Hey, there's Chance right there.
Hey, what's up, man?
This motor on this S40, and I'm having troubles with the transmission and the manuals, the repair manuals. They're just not. They're hard to see. They're not very clear. And if you took the bike apart, it's easy to put back together. But if you get a bucket of parts and you're trying to build this bike again, sometimes the repair manuals are kind of iffy.
Yeah, for sure.
So I went onto this forum, and this guy, he put together a CD basically of all close-up, high-resolution pictures of different parts of the bike. And so you can go download it in the files section. So I downloaded it and I looked up in transmission, and it had a blowout of the transmission, all the different parts, where the forks go and everything. And I'm like, oh my God, that's exactly what I've been looking for.
Right.
That's all I needed was a picture. Cause I'm like, it has 3 different forks. One of them's a little bit different than the other. Well, if it comes in a box, you don't know which one goes where.
Yeah, exactly.
So it sure. really helped out. So yeah, always look if you're looking or working on a bike or something, find different ways. There's other people out there that probably have the same problem you're having. So there's always information out there.
You never know. Like you said, if you take pictures and it's on your hard drive and you're on the Facebook page or wherever forum you're on there, and you happen to have that picture that they're looking for, share it.
And another thing is, you'll find out that you'll go on to it and say, hey, this is the trouble I'm having, and oh yeah, that's a common problem. And this, if you go to this over here, they'll show you how to fix it. And it's like, oh geez, I would never have figured that out.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Damn.
So my question to you is, have you even moved the dust on the Sportster yet?
I moved it around. Okay. That's about it. But today, I was thinking about like working on it today. But I spent 5 hours at the dealership today. I'm coming up on my 5,000 mile. Actually, I had 25 miles left, but I wanted to go ahead and get it done early.
Right.
I had my inspection I had to do in the one at the dealership, just so they cover my motor warranty. But I took it to the dealership. The last problem I think I told you was the voltage regulator.
Yeah, with the
that my bike completely shut down. I mean, the voltage was dropping like flies, basically. They changed the battery out and they put a new voltage regulator in there, and it came out to like $700. We'll go to find out they put that in the system for rewards. When I first got my bike, Harley has a rewards program, and this is the cool part about it is when I bought my bike, they put all those points from the bike onto the card, and I already had $200 set up just by buying the bike. So that's when I bought my Pro Beam LED lights for the front and Pro Beam for the back, right? And they didn't cost me anything. I basically bought the bike. They did that. So it's kind of same process, but a different closer dealership off of 290, and I generated rewards that was under warranty. I think it was 1,100 points, which comes out to like $50 in gift card, basically, and I can use it at that dealership.
Anything at the dealership, or does it have to be for your bike, or is it only on service, or how does that work?
That can be for anything in the store except for discounted items. If everything's already marked down to like next to nothing, I mean, they're not gonna. It says it on the coupon. It says no cash value, but like anything that's almost full price, then So I didn't do at 10,000 miles. I'm gonna have to do the 3 change. The primary transmission, right? All that. But they said at 5,000, all you got to do is just the oil change. So I have it documented. I did that. Normally it's about $150, which in this Syn 3, synthetic, I'm going to just run synthetic all the way through.
Sure.
And then since it really hasn't had anything else but that, except the break-in oil or whatever. But I'm going to have that. And so I got points on that. I got a $50 gift card. So instead of being $150, it only cost me $100. And plus that while I was there, I had to get my inspection done too. So
right, but now you were saying earlier that it wasn't a very streamlined process.
Yeah. So during the week, what they do is, if you don't know it already, I'm not sure, but I guess state to state is a little different. It varies by dealership. But ours in Houston is basically during the week, you have to have an appointment. If you do it on Saturday, I work late during the week, so I can't get to the dealership because they close at 6, and I'm getting off around that time anyway. So I have to go on the weekends. Saturday, now they have it set up right now. Again, this is by state to state. Sure. They have it where it's by basically you show up.
Yeah.
What's that?
First come, first serve.
Yeah, it's basically first come, first serve. So I called the dealership on Friday, and they're like, well, I have 6 people that are coming early. So, if you want to get in line, you can get in line. And so I end up showing up at 8. They open at 9 on Saturday. I get there at 8:50 thinking there might be like 1 or 2. Well, there was 6 people in front of me. So, and they had to wait just as long as I did, Man. I'm like, oh my goodness. So with the dealership being so backed up, they had a bunch of bikes in there and everything like that. So that's kind of why it took so long.
But you got to look around the showroom, right?
Got to look around. I didn't see any new. I was checking out the Softail Standard, and up in person instead of, because one of the shows we were showing the pictures of it. Yeah. And it's actually, it's very stripped down, but it has the cool thing I like about that is it has the 107 in there.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
It's a big motor in a frame and no frills.
That thing should be pretty quick with all that stuff taken off of it. It didn't have bags, it's just the fender tank, just the motor and the handlebars and the basic stuff.
Now, does it have a full dash, or is it just, because I think the pictures I saw, it was just like a little indicator. There wasn't tack and speedometer.
Yeah, there's a tack and all that on there. But it's just like your standard one. I think there are some that are the digital ones.
Yeah, little
aftermarket. Yeah, but that's more like the Sportsters have the little one with the little square, and then you have to see if you're in neutral and all that, and on this little LCD screen kind of thing. So
right. Okay, cool.
Bargain Effect is in the house. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, that's Tommy. That's remember Shamrock Pixie Des?
Oh, okay.
That's her husband.
What's going on? So, did he ever figure out that that bag issue?
I don't know. Yeah, he needs to come in and tell us.
Yeah, let me. If you want to come in, Tommy,
send him the link.
I want to see if you got that.
Well, and if he ever did anything with his paint job on his CM.
Yeah, man, for sure. So, like, for you guys out there with the dealership, it's just give them a chance to catch everything up. I think once the C word. Once that's over, then I think it will
May
be
never
okay.
be over, but at least
Yeah.
it'll calm down.
Well, yeah, exactly. Where everything's now, they have restaurants open up like 75% now. So, well, at
See,
least
we
here
went
in.
the other way. We were mostly all the way open, and then they opened the colleges, and we had a huge spike. So
Oh, wow, man.
they were shutting everything back down a little bit. Back down to yellow. Have to wear your mask everywhere again.
Yeah. Yeah, everywhere you go. In fact, at the dealership, I guess one of the I had a Coke in there that had spilled, and I forgot to take it out, and it went all over my little mask. And man, that thing. So I went to go pull it out, and I didn't realize it had spilled in there, and it was all moldy. So, but they had yeah, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be putting this thing on.
Right.
But I cleaned it out. I sprayed it with the 409, cleaned it real good. But at the dealership, I didn't get to, I thought I had it in there and it was good. I get to the dealership and it's all moldy. But they provided the mask, so I didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But what's that?
We're calling you out, Tommy. You need to get an answer.
Yeah, man. I'm curious to see what you did on your bags.
I know you probably haven't done anything because Destiny had some surgeries, some hernia surgeries here recently. So,
there he is. There he is. He's coming.
Oh,
there he is. What's going on, Tommy?
What's happening?
Oh, there he is. Yeah, last time we talked, you were trying to mess with your bags, right?
Hold on. I did a rookie move here. Forgot to mute the YouTube.
Uh-oh.
Is this your first time on YouTube?
It is. No. Gotta adjust the camera so the green screen looks good. There we go.
Oh, there you go. Sweet.
This is my green screen here. It just happens to look exactly like the wall behind me, too.
It looks really realistic.
Yeah,
it does, doesn't it? Sweet.
Okay, so I actually did have a couple of questions for you guys. Your opinion. For one, if I can share a screen here.
Yeah, here, let me get it for you.
I found these on eBay. And they're a universal mount, kind of where you can construct them to do what the picture you sent me, Dwayne.
Right. Okay.
Oh, wow. That's cool. So you can kind of build it to however you.
Right. And you can run them to where whatever mounts are going to work and fit.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I seen that. And then I seen another guy on YouTube that made some mounts out of steel gardening stakes.
Oh, like the green rebar stuff?
No, they were like a triangular steel 9-inch long stake, and basically what he did is he ran one down from the rear seat bracket mount and then from the shock mount, but it's real sturdy, real thick.
Right.
Yeah.
Steel. And I'm like, well, I could do that for, I don't know, probably $5. But is it going to look as good as something?
Well,
like that?
What I've noticed is once you have the bags on, you'll probably never see those things.
That was going to say too,
right?
Unless you see it on the side, but then you can just paint that if you have black paint
or something. You might see the tail end of it, but most, your bag is going to cover that. So, and if you do that,
or you can narrow it where it kind of go over it,
Yeah.
Right.
If you're going to do the erector set type like you were showing on eBay there, what I would definitely suggest is you make it the way you're going to do it and then weld it.
And that's exactly what I was thinking, because I was like, that's exactly what I was thinking, because of all the joints, I'm like, that's just more places for it to play.
Yeah, I would get it so that you can make it so that it works for you, and then tack weld those where it hinges, because you don't need it to hinge after you've got it figured out.
Right. Exactly.
Or you could put like lock washers, or even the blue the blue thread lock stuff.
And then I even thought, because I can't find them for sale online anywhere, but they did make a bag carriage for that bike.
Okay.
But I can't find them for sale anywhere. But they give all the specs, the lengths, the bends, and I'm like, maybe if I just got some piping, I got a bender.
There you go.
Yeah. Or even if you did like we were saying earlier, the rebar, if you had some straight bar and you just bent it and and then tacked some gussets on the end where you needed to bolt up. Yeah. It's all up to you. It's how
much you want to spend, really.
You feel, do you want to build?
I want to spend as little as possible. I think everybody wants to do that, but I don't want something that I'm going to have to constantly go down there and tighten up, start vibrating, and
that's the thing. I noticed so one of the things that I did on my bike, I just segue in here. I did my rear brakes on my bike because it was starting to drag really bad, and I pulled it off, and I realized that one of the caliper bolts is completely missing. It vibrated out. Out. Right? Thinking, wow, that could have been really bad. I mean, this is the brake system here.
Exactly.
It's not like a fender that could fall off and no big deal. This is the brakes and the rear of the brake. So I went and bought some grade 8 or whatever metric equivalent of grade 8 bolt is, and I super glued it in, or not super glue. What do you call that shit? Thread lock.
Loctite. Yeah, Loctite.
Yeah, I Loctited them in just to make sure that stuff doesn't come out. Because my bike doesn't even vibrate that much. I mean, it's not straight piped or anything. It's stock pipes, but just vibration. So anything you're going to do under there, you either need to thread lock it to death or just tack weld it and get it
right.
So it go anywhere.
Right. Well, I don't know if Des ever told you the story on her expedition. But we got a 2000 expedition for totally free.
Oh man, sweet.
Because
deals.
I know, right?
Because of a brake caliper bolt. The guy did the hubs on the truck.
Okay.
And which you have to take the brake caliper bracket off and whatever. And he didn't either tighten them enough, or he didn't put the bolt back in, or he didn't put Loctite, whatever. Anyways, the lower bolt came out of the bracket.
Right.
So it kept slamming. Bam, because it was catching up.
Oh, yeah. Rock.
And he said, get it out of here. The 4-wheel drive shot. Every time I try to go, it's like, kang. Okay. I was like, well, bring it around the front of the garage. And he's driving it around the front of the garage. And like we were talking earlier, Dwayne, it's all sand around here. Yeah. I noticed when he's coming around, the front tire kept locking up.
Right.
I'm like, he's like, you can have it if you promise to take it out today. I was like, I'll take it out today if I got a flatbed at home.
Right.
I'm thinking as a reseller, I can break it down and sell it in parts and make money,
Yeah. Or you could scrap it and make $200.
Right. I was like, but before I take it home, I said, I want to jack it up and pop that tire off. And I popped the tire off and I noticed the lower caliper bolt wasn't on. So I ran over to O'Reilly, spent $256 on a caliper bolt, drove it home, and driving it ever since.
Damn. Sweet.
And that's a lot of the things that we talk about.
Yeah.
Right. And it's because people either don't know or don't want to work into some of these problems. I mean, I've got my bike, which I think my bike looks pretty good. It's not got any dent. It's got one little dent. The chrome is still good. Everything. I paid $500 for it because the fuel line was rotted out and the guy couldn't ride anymore. So I put a $2 fuel line in and started it up. It's like, are you kidding me? This is a $2,500 bike that I got for $500 because the guy didn't want to do this.
Some people just don't want to work on it,
or they don't know how,
or they don't know how. Yeah,
there's so much information out there now on YouTube forums that if you want to learn how to do it, it's easy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure.
Well, we're fortunate, and we're kind of like the do-it-yourselfers.
Yeah,
that same project they don't want to do, so they're looking at what is it going to cost to take it into the shop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even replacing a fuel line, what is the shop really going to charge you to do that?
Sure.
It ain't going to be $2.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not even going to double their money and charge you for it.
Well, I know coming from the dealership today, the Tex or Harley Davidson, at least the one down by our house, is about $30 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So,
by the way, your wife's in chat, so I
seen that.
knucklehead.
You're supposed to be sleeping. Yeah, see, the average garage price here in Wisconsin is $75 an hour.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
average.
So you're looking with an hour minimum. So if it only takes them a half hour to change a 3-inch piece of fuel line,
Yeah.
it takes them 5 minutes. You're paying an hour.
Yeah, 1 hour minimum, of course.
You know.
Hey, Marie,
Yep.
how are you?
Hey, Marie, how's it going?
But yeah, no, that's exactly right, and that's why I get good deals because I am fairly mechanically inclined. I mean, I used to race cars. I worked as an automotive machinist. I like learning how to fix things and research it and figure out what's going on. And they're like you said, a lot of people are just like, I just don't want to fiddle with it. Just go. I'll just go buy a new one.
Right.
I'm looking right now. Right before we started talking earlier, I was looking. I want a bigger motor for my boat. I got a little 5-horse. I got a little 14-foot runabout little tiller boat, and there's a guy. He's got a 28-horse Mariner.
Mm-hmm.
He started out $100. So far, I got him down to 75, and he's a recoil spring.
Oh,
wow.
And he's like, the Marina wants to charge me $225, and I'm like, well, I can get the recoil spring off eBay for $14. And I just did one on my 5-horse, and I looked it up on YouTube. First one I ever did, and it literally took 10 minutes, and I'm like, well, so I kind of feel bad because I'm beating the guy up because he wants 75. He came down to 75. Which is still a good deal, but I'm like, well, if you get in the $50 range, you let me know.
Hey, you know what? You shouldn't feel guilty. It's fun to negotiate.
Yeah,
it is. You know,
because I'll go into a deal like this $150 bike. Okay, the guy wanted $300, and I looked at it. It doesn't have a title and it doesn't have a key, which is perfect for what I need. But he's not going to be able to sell it to anybody else. Yeah, right. So I'm like, okay. This is easy. I'll go. I had $155 on my Venmo. I said, okay, I'll give you $150, and I was lowballing him. It's worth way more, but he just wanted to get rid of it. Which is a lot of the times people just want to get rid of shit. So $150, and he delivered it to me because he was working in the area. He lives 30 miles away, but he's going to be doing work in the area, so he brought it to my house. So I got a $300 bike for $150 delivered. So I mean, how can you and you can't pass some deals like that,
right?
For sure.
All right.
So now, when you
about the paint,
that's what we want to know about the paint. Like our last time you were coming live, did you do anything with it or?
We haven't, and I did look up and verify. I forgot the other gentleman's name that talked about
that's Wizard.
Yeah, Wizard's World.
Yeah, Wizard. And I did a couple. I'm a researcher, so he gave me something to lead off of, and so I did a little bit more further research on that, and that does sound like the best way, not a guaranteed way, but the best way to save the paint.
Yeah.
Destiny came up with, well, honey, why don't you do the urethane, but take the tank off,
put it on the wall.
We'll do something with it. Put it in your dad's memorial or something. Keep the tank. Buy a new tank and just do the best you can with kind of trying to make it blend and work. Yeah. So I haven't done anything with the tank yet because I've been looking at tanks, and I'm like, I can buy a bike complete that maybe don't run for less than I can buy the tank alone.
Oh yeah,
like $200 to $400 for the tank alone.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy how they price that.
Bike, so you can take off the tank, sand it up, make it whatever you like, and then any other problem you have, you got the parts bike sitting on the side.
And that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, well, okay, because I was looking, and I could buy a CX that was broken down. Guy had in his garage, and he wanted like $150 for it.
Damn.
And I'm like, okay, I get $150 now. I got the tank, I got the covers, I got the Sater, I got
and you got the carburetor,
I got gauges.
Yeah, exactly right. And that's what I did. Like I said, I got that parts bike, and I'm gonna take the frame from the parts bike and do some custom work to it just because I want to do it, and take the motor from the other bike, figure out actually how to fix it, and put it together as a custom bike over the winter. That'll be my winter project, and it was a win-win. $150. I got a motor for one bike, and I got the bones for a new bike.
See, and that's where I'm envious of you, Dwayne, because you have the garage to have winter projects.
Exactly.
That's true. That's true. Although I do have to get a heater because right now my garage is uninsulated, and I don't normally work in the winter. But this year I'm, since I got into the motorcycle thing, I want to. So I got to either come up with some gas-fired furnace or some radiation heaters or something like that.
check out Craigslist. Like in our area, you can buy like them propane or oil furnaces for a garage for about $150.
Yeah. I just haven't done it yet. You're exactly right, though. I need to do something like that. Yeah. Well, in Utah, natural gas is really cheap. Yeah. So if I can find a gas-fired furnace that I can put in the corner and then just route a gas line to my house gas.
There you go.
So, Tommy, did you pass your license test, it looks like?
Oh, I did. I took it last Thursday.
I didn't know you had. I thought you had a license all this time.
I've been driving for years. I've been riding motorcycles since I was 14. I raced motocross and I rode plenty street bike. Never found the need to get the endorsement because I was always like the single wild one. I don't care. Who take me to jail, take my bike. I don't care. I'll get another one.
I got a story to tell you on that because
and then now it's like I have the family, and then I got my dad's bike, which I know, it's not a big braggable bike, but to me it is.
No, it's a nice bike. Any bike can be that way.
I don't want to risk getting impounded for the simple fact is I didn't get the endorsement when I know how to ride. That's just stupid, right?
Yeah, it's just,
right.
You don't want to lose the bike over being lazy.
So I did. I went and took my test last Thursday. You're allowed to have 25 errors.
Yeah.
Now, the guy that came in, he took a test before me. His test was about 20 minutes long. And he's like, I got 22 wrong, man. It's easy. You'll be okay. And I'm like,
I don't want to write by you.
Right. I was like, okay. So then, I'm still having my carb issue that I was telling you about where it leaks out the carb.
Yeah.
And it doesn't if I turn off the petcock, but going for a test, being nervous, I forgot. So I park it at the DMV and we go out to a big puddle of gas underneath the bike.
Oh, damn.
God, this freaking hillbilly got this.
The guy was so cool. He didn't say anything, and he gave me my headset and whatever. We go out on the road. My test was 8 minutes long.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
And I scored an 11 wrong.
Oh, nice. Wow. Yeah, for sure.
Out of those 11, 10 of them were traffic checks.
Oh, you didn't look over your shoulder? Or
I didn't turn my head far enough.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
And then the other one was I stopped ahead of the white line. And that's because there was bushes, there was bushes. Yeah. And when you're driving, it's habit. I knew to stop behind it, but habits like, you always stop a little bit ahead when you can't see.
Oh, you should have did the California roll, put your foot down. Oh, that would have been another -2 points.
And I'll tell you, the hardest part that I found in the test is the guy told me sometime during this test, I'm going to turn my hazards on for 3 seconds. And when you see them, I want you to raise your left hand.
Oh, okay.
That was the hardest part. I was worried like I was going to miss his hazard. Yeah. As soon as those hazards came on, the rest of the test was like, okay. But yeah, I passed it. I just got my fully endorsed license in the mail day before yesterday.
So did you take the written part the same day or no?
No, I actually took the written part about a year ago.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Because I don't know if it's the same everywhere, but you get a 6 months temps and then you can renew it.
That's how it is
here.
Yeah.
I took the written test and I aced the written test.
Yeah.
100%. And I was gonna do the road test, but then everything happened with Destiny's spleen and all that. So then I went in for a renewal, and then now my renewal on this one would have been up in December. Well, I'm in Wisconsin. I'm taking a road test in December, and if you go, you can't renew 3 times.
Oh, okay.
After the second, you have to take a course.
Yeah.
And they're like $250 through Harley or a Honda dealership or whatever. And I'm like, no, I'm going to go take my $22 test and get this done with,
Right.
So
well, one good thing is, I was just saying, the one good thing is about if you have to take the classes, you don't have to go into DMV and take the driving part. You can just go straight to for newcomers. I don't know if anybody knew that or not. At least here in Houston.
That's what we're talking about with Destiny. Now there's things with my bike that it's my dad's, and I don't want certain people to be able to get their hands on it if something happens to me. So it's in Destiny's name.
Okay.
But when it comes to insurance, they don't want to insure Destiny because she don't have an endorsement.
Right.
And I could be a rider on it, but she's got to have an endorsement initially. So I'm like, honey, you got to get your license.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
And she has no interest in driving. None whatsoever. But I was like, go take the technical college course. It's like 3 days. And you can walk in and boom, and you'll ride around on a little Honda Rebel or something for a day. And
they're like $250. In fact, when I was at the dealership, they were doing the course out there, and while I was waiting for 5 hours, I went out there and they were kind of doing their little swerves through the cones and stopping. And what I like when I took the class, that was 2001, is the part where you pick up so much speed and then you lock your brakes up and then you get the skid. So far,
Yeah, the emergency stop. I got
that. How quick you can stop, yeah.
And I told her, you never know. You never know. You might get on it and love it.
Yeah, in fact, I was going to say, she says she doesn't want it. She's not interested. But when
she will be. Yeah.
Yeah, see, there she is in chat saying I'll be doing it in spring.
Once you get, like you said, once you get addicted to it, I mean, that's you're done.
Right. I mean, they talk about like teens feeling the freedom when they get their driver's license.
Oh, that's not.
When you're out on the road, it's like.
Well, and things that you don't realize when you're on a bike when it's different than you're in a car. Like you're driving down a road, and in a car it's the same temperature the whole road.
Yeah.
But on a bike, it'll change 3 temperatures. It'll be cold and hot, and you just don't get that feeling in a car.
And you feel the oncoming semis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're getting put. Yeah, exactly.
and the smells and you can see the road. It's just a lot different.
Destiny did notice the smells. She was like, we came back. We went for a ride the next day because it rained all day after I got my endorsement. After I took my test, my daughter rode the 50 miles back because my test station was 50 miles.
Okay.
She rode it back. And by the time we got back here, it was raining, so Destiny couldn't go for a ride till the next day. First thing she said is like, everything smells so much more intense on a bike.
Yeah.
And you feel like
you're in the moment.
your senses are just so different. They're more alive. Like, oh crap, I got to be aware of this now and this, and you just hear different sounds. Like you were saying, you hear different sounds outside that you don't hear in a car.
And I asked her about something. I was like, "Did you see this? A car that went by us or something?" And she was like, "No." I was like, "Well, how did you miss it?" And she was like, "Because I was like this."
Yeah, right.
There's no blind spots.
Right.
That might be the only thing I worry about Destiny driving. She'd be like, "Ooh, what?"
Yeah, for sure.
No, it's great. It's a lot different. If you haven't experienced, you really need to do it. Even if you don't ride, even if you just sit on the back of somebody else's bike and just be one with the you're outside.
Nature.
It's all you're all there. It's interesting.
And like I told her, she already knows how to drive stick. And you never know what type of situation could come up where she may be able to do something very important that she wouldn't be able to do if she didn't know how to drive a bike.
Exactly.
True. Yeah. Yeah, that's very true.
I mean, she can get, if she don't want to do the whole clutch shifting thing, like I said, she can get a Honda Matic, high and low, go.
Yeah.
But get the endorsement so you know.
Well, and not only that, but I think even if when somebody gets the motorcycle endorsement, even when they're in a car, they start realizing some of the things that motorcycles have to deal with, and they look out for people, because
in fact, there was an article on that too.
Is watch out for the idiot around you, because more than likely, a lot of the times the problem isn't you; it's that nobody sees you. So you start seeing that, and then you get into a car and you think, oh, I need to give that motorcycle some room because I see him.
And that's happened. Like, we've been going down the highway or whatever, and all of a sudden I'd let off the gas, and Destiny's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm going to let him in." Yeah. She's like, kind of like, "How did you know he wanted to get?" You just know, you
exactly
what they're going to do because
Yeah.
I was reading an article on that too, and that they were saying it should be required that all people that go in there and get their driver's license for the first time have some kind of course to where it's a motorcycle related, to where you're watching out for other motorcycles. Like you were saying, you're more aware. If you take the class, you're like, okay, because a lot of people are just either on their phone or they're not paying attention. They're more focused straight ahead than they are, riding.
Actually, I think riding a motorcycle, and this isn't because I'm biased, but it makes you a better driver in general.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, you do have to look out for everything all the time, because any mistake on a motorcycle, I mean, it could be fatal,
Yeah, for sure.
Every intersection I approach, I'm like, this guy, he's sitting here, he don't have a blinker on. He looks like he's going to turn this way. So if he does all of a sudden pull out, I'm going to react this way. But if he decides to go straight, I'm going to react. You're always thinking ahead.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because that guy probably isn't seeing you at all.
And I always tell Destiny, you can never count on that the other driver is going to do what they're supposed to.
Right.
In fact, if you expect them not to, you'll probably do that.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, what's going on, Running Bear? I guess is he new here? I don't know. Bargain shopper. Hey, what's going on, Carol?
What's going on, Carol?
Carol's in the house.
Yeah. Oh, she's being a girl. She's painting her nails.
Oh my goodness.
But I like the name. It sounds almost like mine.
Bargain shopping? You don't know Carol?
I don't know Carol.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, do they?
Forever.
I think, who doesn't know Carol? Well,
right?
I guess you don't.
Are you hanging in the wrong clicks?
I mean, damn, Wisconsin's a long ways from anywhere, I guess.
Especially the show, right?
Oh, yeah. Others drivers duck.
Yeah.
He says, on my predictive text, I have never once said the word duck. Just like.
Oh, man.
It's just like I used to drive truck, too.
And I'm sure
out of Utah, out of Salt Lake for Dick Simon. And so when it comes to truck drive, I'm the same way too. I can anticipate what they need to do before they even signal they need to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I surprised Heather one time. I pulled up to a 4-way stop and I stopped about 8 car lengths back, right? Not up, because there was a truck that was turning right, and I'm like, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "He's going to turn right, and he needs a lot more space." So I'm using that option that he can turn, in front of me. If I'm right up on top, he can't do anything.
Yep.
And she's like, "I never thought about that."
That's the first couple of times I did it. Now guess what?
Now she does it, I'm sure.
Yeah. How long did you drive a truck for?
I drove a truck for 4 years.
4 years.
Yep.
Did you go all around, or was it all local?
I was all over.
Okay. So with your experience as a truck driver, how was it? Like, I know it's just a lot different sitting so high, and you got all this weight behind you, and I know there's probably a lot of cars that cut you off and all that stuff. I mean, how do you adjust to that?
Those cars, and it's like the more compact of a car they're driving, the more ignorant they are. You don't understand that your little 2,500-pound car can stop a lot faster than my 80,000-pound rig.
Exactly.
You know?
Reminds me of like one of the little smart cars, you know.
Yeah. I used to teach I would tell my kids, there's 3 laws that I live by. The law of tonnage. He who has the most tonnage has the right of way.
Yeah, right.
You know, a 500-pound car will get smushed by an 80,000-pound rig. The law of cost effectiveness. I have a $500 car. You have a $10,000 Lexus. I don't give a shit if I lose my $500 car. So I get the right of way. Because you're worried about me wrecking your $10,000 car. So
that's the thing. It's like you almost have to
comical, but in reality, you can think that way, you know, in some cases.
Yeah. It's like I know they speed up just so you wouldn't go into that lane too. I've seen it all over, you know, the road and stuff like that. It's like you have to force yourself to get into that lane, and they just have to kind of slow down, you know.
The truckers,
No. It's like I've seen cars over here, especially in Texas. They'll speed up just so that the trucker can't get over to the next lane if they have their blinker on.
They even do it to me with my little 6-foot trailer behind my Explorer. You know, if I'm trying to get off towards an exit ramp or something, you know, they'll sit there and hold that lane.
Yeah.
Seeing my blinkers on. You know, if I slow down, they slow down. If I speed up to get in front of them, they speed up.
Man. I used to say that Utah teaches defensive driving, so somebody has to play offense, and that's me. So.
Oh, shit.
So. Hey, fellas, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Don't play with it, okay? It'll grow.
Yeah, it will grow. Hey, what's going on, Nunya?
Oh, I didn't even see them.
He just came. I guess he just came in, or he was lurking. One of the two.
Yeah, we got a bunch of lurkers today.
I haven't seen.
Been here the whole time. Bumcrack Baker's been here the whole time painting his nails.
We appreciate you supporting us.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we come on here to have fun, have a couple beers, talk about motorcycles or whatever.
Just to hang out.
Yeah, just to hang out, and we enjoy that you guys enjoy it.
Talk about cars, bikes, trucks. Now,
shit, whatever. We can talk about whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
So again, we got 8 minutes left. We haven't talked a single thing about what we're going to talk about.
That's okay, though. Hey, we'll push it to next week. It don't
matter.
Put
it on the back burner, right?
So, just a little question for you, Dwayne, while we're waiting on them. So, do you look every day for different stuff, to like different deals, or do you just kind of look on your phone and you're just like, oh wow, that's cool, I'm gonna contact them, kind of thing, or do you wait to sell?
Right now, I'm kind of short cash.
Yeah.
So I mean, when I have cash, I'm scouring. You know, I'll check every morning when I get up. I get ready to go to work. I'll scan through it, see what's come up, see if there's anything interesting. I might throw some lowball offers at people. You know, they want 800. I'll offer 200. You know, and you guys can call me a jerk or whatever, but I've got some good deals that way. I don't mind. You know, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not saying your bike isn't worth 800. I'm saying I can pay 200. If you want to get rid of it, I'll give you $200.
It all depends on. Yeah, that's what you're saying. You know, that's
all. But some people get offended. You know, oh my God, I can't believe you offered $200. I'm looking at a picture on the computer. I have no sentimental value to that bike.
Right.
You know, it could be your dead brother's. I don't know. To me, it's a bucket of bolts. You know. So, but I'll throw out some lowball offers, and it's worth way more than that. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. It's worth more.
Yeah.
That's all I can say now.
It's like if I have $500 to spend and you're willing to take it, then it's my exactly. That's
and
it.
Again, like we were saying, like the last buy I had, the guy wanted 300, but he really didn't want 300. He just wanted to get rid of the bike.
Yeah.
Because he took 150.
Right.
He was more interested in getting rid of the bike than actually getting money for the bike.
And you'd be surprised how many, like you said, you'd be surprised how many people want to just get it out of either the garage or storage unit that they're paying on,
or they're moving and they have nowhere to put it, and they're they have nowhere that they can move it to, so they have to get rid of it.
Exactly.
Those are the ones that I look at a lot. Is I'll look at ads where they say, I'm moving out of state. Okay, so I know that guy's got to sell.
Yeah, for sure.
Or It's like this one where, it doesn't have a title, doesn't have a key. So really, it's not really good for anybody. So that's something that I'm interested in because it's interesting to me because I don't need those things.
So with your, let's say you do fix that other bike up, trick it all out. Now, since you don't have a title for that, so once it's all built in together, will you have to sign up for a lost title for that VIN number, or how would that work in your state?
Yeah, it depends on how much you customize it. In my state, if you customize it enough, you can apply for a new build title.
Oh, really? Okay.
So
same VIN number, I guess.
Yeah, you create your own VIN number, or they'll assign you a VIN number.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's good to know.
That's for a custom bike. Like if you start basically from nothing.
Okay.
And in some cases, you can start with a frame and do that as long as it's not like I can't remember what the percentage is. If it's like 75% the same bike, then they're like, okay, that's that bike. But if it's a bike that you've customized, cut the frame, done all this to, you can apply for a custom bike VIN number.
So I guess you would have to like etch out that VIN number and etch the new one in.
You can either cut it out or you can grind it off, which is what I'll do. I'll probably grind it off just so that when I powder coat it, you won't see it there. I'm not trying to screw anybody over. It's just
I just didn't know the process. I mean, I don't know if each state will be a little different. That's why I was asking about it. Or you probably knew about it, what you did. So
right, and you're right. In some cases, whatever the VIN number is on the frame, you're stuck with. No matter even if everything else on the bike is different, it's the VIN number on the frame.
So if I were to take a Harley Davidson, rip everything out of it, put a Honda engine in there, it's still going to be a Harley.
It's still a Harley Davidson
number. Yeah. Right. Okay.
See, how it is in Wisconsin, 50% modification allows you to get hobbyist registration.
That's what we were just talking. Yeah, that's what I was asking him about, hobbyist. That's
I wasn't right in front of you. Right.
Okay.
But I heard.
So. Yeah, because I didn't know personally, so I was just curious about it. That's why I was asking him about it. That's pretty interesting.
And each place is different. There's a percentage.
In Wisconsin, we're lucky because 50% is pretty minimal.
That is.
That's with motorcycles, cars, trailers, campers, anything. All you got to do is modify half of it, and you can get the hobbyist plate.
So because I see on Craigslist all the time, and even Facebook. It's a lost title and all this other stuff. So I mean, they're selling it for like really cheap.
If you come across somebody that says, this bike has no title, or it says I lost the title, as long as they registered it, they can apply for a lost title, and it's like $12.
Right.
If I apply for it, it's $45 plus a whole shit ton of paperwork because they got to stolen and I just did that on my bike.
Run the VIN number and all that.
Lost title, it's only like $12.
Oh wow!
But they have had to have registered in that state.
Right.
So their name had to have been on the previous title.
It's real simple here too with like lost titles. If they say we lost the title, it's like, I've been in deals like that, and I'm like, well, I'll pay for it. You just apply for the lost title.
Yeah, exactly. Apply for the lost title.
Yeah. And if it's somebody we have a lot because we live out more towards the country, they'll be like, well, this car or this boat or this bike was sitting on the property when I got it. Well, we don't know who owned it. Then what you do is you give the VIN, or if there happens to still be a plate on it, to the DMV. They'll give you the address of the last known owner. You send a certified letter asking them, tell them that you want to take possession of it and to apply for the lost title and forward it to you or whatever. Chances are, like in our area, those people don't live at that last known address.
Right.
And send a certified letter. And if they don't get no response in 6 weeks, they open that VIN up.
Oh, nice. See, that's not how it is here. For us, I got a bike without a title. I went to the DMV. They said, okay, this is what you have to do. First of all, you have to take all these pictures. You have to fill out all these forms. It's $42, and you have to have the VIN number checked through the police to verify that it's never been stolen. So you do all that, and then you send all this to the DMV, and for about 4 weeks, they probably do what you were just saying, where they call the previous and try and they do all that for you. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks, and then after that, then they issue you the title under that VIN number if they get no resolution.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty much the same process. Because
it's the same process. Only I don't.
When you go to the DMV, they'll run it. Like our DMV knows if it's been reported stolen.
Yeah.
You know, they have
I guess ours doesn't. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I would think it would too, but I had to have a police officer come and read off the VIN to their dispatch, and they checked it, which was no big deal. But I would think the DMV would know that shit too.
Yeah, it's all integrated, pretty universal.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what though? Maybe the thing is because they're not physically seeing the VIN number. I could have brought any VIN number to them and had them check it, but with a policeman coming, they had to verify that is the VIN number on the bike. Maybe that's why they had to do it that way.
And like what you did say though, in an early stage, it has to be a vehicle that was previously registered here. If, say, I wanted to buy something that had a Florida registration, then I'd have to go through whatever process Florida had.
Right. So
now, what about rec titles for you guys? I mean, is that considered salvage titles?
For us, from here in Utah, once you get you can get a salvage title. The only difference between a salvage title and a regular title for Utah people is that you can't typically loan against a salvage title.
Oh, okay.
Like a bank won't loan against a salvage title, but they will a straight title. That's the only difference here.
Yeah. Okay.
See, with our salvage title, you can get a fully regular, normal title, but in order to do that, you got to take it to like one of our DOT stations or the sheriff's department to verify that it's roadworthy.
Gotcha.
All the safety features are there. All the blinkers and lights work. They sign off on it. You take them to DMV, and then they'll give you a regular title.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
That's nice. That's way better than what we have.
Yeah, right.
Because I mean, for a lot of people, having a salvage title if you own the car is not that big a deal. But when you're trying to sell it, and somebody's trying to get a loan, and they can't get a loan because it's a salvage title. That sucks.
Like I bought cars out of Illinois, and it would say on there previously salvaged. And then you go here in Wisconsin, and they reissue the title, and it's like a normal title. It doesn't have that previously salvaged on it.
Nice.
Huh.
Yeah, that sounds better than what we got going. Maybe you guys need to call our guys and figure that shit out.
I know, right?
Have your governor call my governor. We'll get this shit figured out.
My governor's an idiot.
Yeah, mine's not that great either.
Same here.
Yeah, I think all governors are a little bit out there. So,
yep, for sure.
Let me ask you guys this: if you maybe because I've been contemplating, on my bike, I got that big ass 7-inch headlight. So I've been looking about converting over to like the 6-inch or the 5.5 LED.
We were just talking about that yesterday.
Oh,
and James a video about when he put his in.
Oh, yeah, maybe I go watch that then. So, say, what's your opinion on? Because I've been looking at them. You got the $20 ones on eBay that have mixed reviews, the melt and this and that, right? And then the $80, $90 ones that,
What was yours? Yours was like $60.
Mine was $69. Yeah, from it's a company called Belt and Roads. It's a Wizard. Got one for his. The only difference between mine and Wizards is he has the halo. He wanted the halo that changes different rainbow bright shit, Yep. But mine's just standard. And in fact, I'm gonna probably do some because I do with my neighbor CJ, who was on last week. We do some night rides, and I'm thinking about doing a video on night rides and just show you how bright it is, and it's pretty decent. Now, is your headlight round, like perfectly round, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of like the Harley, like ours is perfectly round, but the problem with how theirs is designed is the bulbs that supposedly fit in it that hits the back part of the frame, so you can't actually get an LED light in there. So and it backs up, because you have the big housing, then you have the the light sticking out of it, and then when you push it in, it just hits all the wires, and there's another little bracket that comes down, and it's not feasible to have that on there because it'll end up coming loose. So I had to change my whole headlight, and the Belton Rose has the LED, high beam, and it even has the 2 running beams on the side for $69. Now, there's a link in the description for mine. So if you click on it, it'll tell you what it fits and all that. So you just put in your information. Now, it's not an affiliate link, but I'm just putting it on there because the light so far is decent. I've had it on there probably about 3 or 4 months now. But
mine, I went in and did that very thing that he was saying, and they don't make one for my bike. But so basically, what I end up having to do is get a LED bulb in the housing that's already there. So that's probably what I'll do.
But it was like, it only took me 5 minutes to put on. I mean, it was really quick. Yeah. I took more time taking the light off with the 3 screws on the side than I did, plugging it in,
I think when you do a straight bulb, a straight LED, like a headlight or a tail light or something, or I mean, a headlight or something like that, that's one thing. But when you have to do blinkers, there's a little bit more involved there. You have to upgrade the blinker relay.
The module relay?
Yeah, there's a couple of different things you got to do, whereas the headlight doesn't really matter because they put the resistor in the headlight already.
Okay.
And that's what I found with those bags that I got. They got the LED blinkers in them.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's cool.
They wouldn't flash unless I had the standard headlight blinkers wired through it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I was like,
but my neighbor that was on last week too, he had just changed his light up, but he had to put an LED light in there, and he has the Yamaha 1300, and his is almost like a triangle, curved on each end triangle, and of course they don't have anything.
Power pick, right?
Yeah, and they don't have anything that can actually replace the whole light fixture itself. So there's different options, and his is pretty.
Unless you're going to do some night riding, it probably doesn't make that much difference.
Right.
Unless you're interested in the more daylight look, that's what I like. I like the daylight color instead of the more yellow of a standard headlight.
And you can see what I did was, I don't know if you saw it, Dwayne, at the beginning of the video. I saw 2 different before and after. So, like, again, if you don't, I like more of instead of the amber look, which is what's on there right now, and then it has that just bright white light.
The soft versus the daylight.
Right. Yeah. So, but if you're a day person, but it's, I even the one good thing I like about the LED light, even during the day when it's really bright, is it makes the when you're coming up to like intersections, the stop sign is it starts like flashing kind of, because of the LED reflection is really bright.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And I've noticed a little difference even in the daylight has helped me,
cool.
drive.
I didn't even think of that. I never thought of that. Yeah. I mean, now LED blinkers, I personally think every blinker should be LED now because again, it's a sight thing. People can actually see that when it's blinking. It's a lot brighter to blink. But I haven't changed over yet.
Yeah, but I saw another video the other day that Harley, they were doing a review on a Harley. I think it was Street Glide, kind of like mine. And like, okay, how come Harley most of the new manufacturers on cars have LED now, right? Well, how come Harley Davidson can't do that? Well, then Harley Davidson would probably be losing money because that's how they make extra money too on the side, just like their shirts and everything else.
One thing you need to tell them the difference in price between the daylight bulb from Harley and what you paid for yours.
On the turn signal?
No, on the headlight.
Oh, headlight. Okay. So Wizard, he bought, before he got the Belton Rose, before I actually found that for him, before he, when he got that 2020, he went out and bought the Harley Davidson one that looks just like the Belton Rose. That thing was $400
for a headlight.
And so,
for a headlight.
So I was running on when I got mine, I was wanting to change my LED lights. So I was like, man, I'm the kind of guy that saves money. So I'm looking for not the cheapest deal, but somewhere in between. So I came up, looked on Amazon. I did a lot of research on it, checked out the reviews. I think the Belt and Roads had like either 4.5 or 5. Well, not quite 5, but I think it was like either 4 or 4.5 star. And I was like, man, for $60, I can't go wrong with it. I'm going to try it. If it works, it works. And I think there was only like 1 or 2 bad reviews. One of them was, it was saying that they melted their wiring harness, right? I've had it in there for 5 months and it hasn't done anything. It hasn't even gotten hot in the front or nothing. So I put it in. $69 later, it's been really good. So, but the cool, like if you, like because I was helping Wizard put the, as I was filming it, I was also helping them put it in, but I put them side by side. The only difference was that the Harley Davidson one had a little emblem on the top, and that was it. But the whole back looked the same. The front looked the same. The LED lights on each side, the high beam, low beam, it was all the same.
Yeah.
It's like Harley Davidson bought it from this company and stuck their logo on there,
Logo, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, you pay for the name.
Because everything he buys for his bike is like $400. He bought a seat, it was like $400, $500. And I'm like, dude, I bought my motor.
Right.
The whole bike.
Yeah, exactly. He ended up putting, he had a 2015 Ultra Limited Low. That was the full pack and all this other stuff. So he gets a Street Glide, and I'm thinking, okay, he's not going to have the backpack on there. Well, what did he do? He ended up buying a kit for that. Now he has now. Granted, it is lighter than the Ultra Glide because it doesn't have all that other stuff added to it with the speakers on the sides, and there's more weight on the trunk to help balance it out a little bit better. The trunk seems a little bit wider and stuff like that, but it is lighter compared to the Ultra Limited Low, but still.
You'll have to check out his dad's bike sometime. It's a reversed, right?
Yes.
But the 2 front wheels rotate.
Really?
Yeah, they lean. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, you'll have to check out his bike someday.
Yeah, for sure.
It's some, I don't know, $20,000 kit or something that made
it was like 1890. It's in they did it in Austin. So he spent about $22,000 on the 2020 Street Glide and then another $18,000 on the kit. So
hey, but if it's your baby, man, I guess that's what you do.
Right,
I guess so, man. It's crazy.
Then he goes and plays golf in Galveston. So
yeah,
must be doing something right.
Yeah, because that other course, I think I told you, Dwayne, that he was playing that last week.
Yeah.
It was like normally, like he went with a friend, right? And this was in Oklahoma. Green fees there are like $400 a round that you play 18 holes. Well, he got his friend had a membership like that. He was still like $175, but I'm like, damn.
I'm sorry.
I could use $175 for something else, like a new bike, or not a new bike, but yeah, right, or a bike on Craigslist somewhere,
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. I bought my parts bike for $150. I could buy a pair of tires for $175. For my bike.
Exactly. Crazy.
It's all where you are in life. I mean,
yeah, of course. Right. His house is paid for. He's retired, so
yeah, exactly. He's lived long, so
yep. Yeah.
Oh, hey, there's Mike. Finally,
next month will be his birthday, so he'll be 74.
Oh,
so
yeah. Mike put in there the mod Jim has is for people that forget to put their feet down.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's true, man. It's true. So,
well, the thing about that though is you have to, once it gets to a certain speed, I think it's 4 miles an hour. Once it hits that, once it hits that, it stands back up. But once it, then you don't have to put your feet down. But once it gets up to that, then you have full control, full lean over that. So if you were to accidentally dump the bike, it's still going to go down like, a regular bike.
Right. But, as long as you're going over 4.
Yeah, for sure. But it's a little different. He actually, when he first got it, he's like, "Oh, won't you ride this thing?" And I was like, I haven't yet, but to kind of get my experience on it. I was like, I don't know if I want to.
It would be weird, I think. I mean, that would definitely be something you have to get used to.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Yep. Now he has
an hour and 15 in.
Damn, I didn't even know that.
I need to go get more beer.
Sweet.
That's what I was thinking, man.
I guess we'll.
My Guinnesses are gone. My rum's gone.
Well, we're 50, like you said, we're 15 minutes over the limit, but I mean, there's not really a limit here. We just hang out anyway, but we can hang out after the show and talk more if you want.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that.
Cool. Yeah, for
I just have to go get some more beers.
Yeah. I guess we'll end this show if, Tommy, you have any other thoughts or ideas or whatever for even for next week's show.
That was pretty much it. You know, I was just about them bag mounts and the headlight. I was kind of curious about.
We're glad you had gave us company and stuff.
Appreciate you guys having me in. It was
you're more than welcome. To come on anytime.
I needed some guy time. Dwayne knows this.
Yeah, no.
I completely, man. That's what it's all about. Hanging out.
Yeah,
for sure. That's it.
Talking, what did Tool Time guy do?
Yeah, right.
Got to have that time.
For sure. Any more thoughts, Dwayne, on anything?
No, I just keep the rubber side down. And
I was about to say that. Keep it rubber side down. God bless everybody. We'll see you on the next show.
For sure.
You guys take it easy, and thanks for joining us.
See ya.
Peace.